Danielle here. I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit today. I'm coming up on my 1 year anniversary as a coach, and it's been honestly the best year of my life. I mean, I've grown so much and learned so much. And I was listening to a team call today from Anita Myron, and she kind of went through these top 10 things she did, and I felt like they really resonated with things that I'm still consistently working on, but also great tips for those of you who are just starting out and you're not sure where you can take this and what you kind of need to do. You know, you get all these resources thrown at you, and it's kind of hard to know when to filter and what to focus on. So I'm going to kind of give you a rundown of what I do and how I kind of relate to her top tips. Special thanks to her because she's an awesome inspiration of mine. But what I would say, you know, people always ask, how do I fit in part-time coaching to my full-time job in architecture? And it's definitely hard at times, but it takes planning ahead, it takes discipline and commitment to doing these vital things consistently over time, no matter what, no matter how tired I am, when I get home, what I have to do. And really, consistency overrides anything else over time. You just can't beat that. So my goal is usually to get an hour to 2 hours a day of coaching in during the week. And then during the weekends, 3 to 4 hours. And this may seem like a big sacrifice to you, and it has. But for me, if I can do that for a year or two and live the rest of my life the way I want to, for me, it's worth it. You know, I don't have a family tied down right now, and I don't have a spouse, so it makes it a little bit easier. But I mean, I definitely sacrifice my time with friends, and that's a big thing at this point, but I feel like it's worth it. So let's talk about these 10 things that we're going to go over and keep it short and sweet for you. My first thing to tell you is step away from the sidelines. Get out of your comfort zone and do the things that you're wondering about doing them. Because when you do them the first time, it's going to be tough. It might suck. You might get no feedback. But the best piece of advice I can give you is keep doing it over and over and over again, and you're going to get better. This goes for challenge groups. This goes for clean eating groups. This goes for big, vulnerable posts. You have to just get out there and take the action to back up all this information that you're learning, because it's easy to get overwhelmed and do nothing. It's hard to self-evaluate, take a step back and say, okay, what can I implement today? What did I learn today that I can easily do and put into my schedule? And be okay with not being accepted by everyone in what you're doing, because you're going to make a big change. All of a sudden, you're going to be this big personality and always positive, and sometimes people aren't sure what you're up to, and it might get some backlash, but we'll get into that. So my second tip is the vital behaviors. You have to do them every single day, no matter what. You can't just go and friend request people and have no conversations. You can't invite people and start no new conversations. The 3 vital behaviors are there for a reason. They're there because you need every single one of them. And for me, my third goal was to be epically consistent with them every single day. If you're looking for the secret sauce in coaching, that's what it is. Consistency. Showing up every single day, doing your workout, drinking your shake, reading personal development. Hello, so many people skip that, including myself, and it was the worst thing I could do for myself. And not only that, but you need to be inviting all of the time. You should be going to your page and being able to scroll through and see an invite on there. Asking someone to join you in something, asking for someone's opinion. Anything it is, like rotate it like a clockwork. Every single month you have the same things going down, and you should be always inviting to something. So if that's something you have to work on, sorry, there's a fly, do it. Adjust your page and make a schedule for the month and have those invites planned out exactly when you're going to do them and what's going to be said and why you're going to say it. You know, so many times, so many coaches say, I just don't know what to post. It's so overwhelming. No, do it anyways. If you're scared, do it. That's the times that you grow the most. All right, so that goes into my number 4. People say, I don't have a lot of time. If I can do it, then you can do it. I mean, I work a full-time job. I teach group fitness. I am trying to study for my exams, sometimes not always the best, to be a licensed architect. And I'm coaching. And I try to keep up with my family and friends. It's a lot. And like I said, you make sacrifice. You input time management. You schedule your time so that when you have that hour, you use it up. Anybody can go sit on the couch with a bag of popcorn and watch their favorite show. It takes effort and discipline to say, I made this commitment. What am I going to do today that others aren't going to do so I can live how others won't live 2 to 3 years from now? It's a big sacrifice, but the payoff is way, way worth it. I mean, I'm already seeing a glimpse of it, and just helping others has been so rewarding. So drop the things that aren't serving you. Drop the extra fluff in your life. I stopped watching reality TV unless I pre-recorded it and I earned it. Like if I got everything done and some extra, I'll fit it in. But otherwise, I just don't really watch it. I mean, I set business hours for myself and I allot that time out, and the timer goes on so that I am being efficient and laser focused with what I'm doing. And it's kind of like a race against the clock. And every single day I get better and better and better at doing what I'm doing in the time that I have. So it's really becoming efficient with your time, and talking to those around you. Sit down with your family, your friends, or your spouse and say, I am doing this seriously, all in. Whether you support me or not, or you see what I'm doing or not, I need you to help me and understand that this is something that I need to go after. Set a time limit on it. For 6 months, let me go all in and see what happens. If I'm not putting my best effort in, I need you to hold me accountable and tell me, I don't really see anything coming out of this, like what's going on, what's the actions that you're doing, and then they'll slowly become a part of it, and it becomes this awesome thing where you're becoming a better person and changing the lives around you. You make these sacrifices now so it can pay off later. But how do you get there? You have to work from a list. You have to have the things set out for you in the time that it's going to happen. Because otherwise it won't happen, right? If we don't write it down or we don't have it scheduled in our calendar, forget it. I mean, everybody lives on the go all the time. You have to have it set in there and scheduled. And every break in your day should be filled with something meaningful and intentional, whether it's personal development, your workout, your Shakeology, talking to people, creating new resources for your team, just stepping up and being that leader. And if you haven't tried E&E yet, you've got to, because you will honestly become so focused. I actually think I have one right here. Energy and endurance. A lot of people use them before their workouts, but buy a packet for yourself, and if you come home exhausted, drink it and go time. Put it on. Do what it takes. Sacrifice now so you can have what you want later. If you haven't read the book Eat That Frog, there's a quote in there that says, if you want to be successful at something that others have laid the groundwork for, don't be reluctant to reinvent the wheel. Use a mentor from afar. I love to go on Anita Myron's page, Lindsay Matway's page, Katie Hefner's page. They've all figured it out. They've done things consistently over time, and there's a reason that they've been successful at it. So don't make it this big, huge thing. If you believe that you're not going to hit diamond, then you're not going to hit diamond. If you believe that you are going to hit Success Club and you are going to help 5 people this month, then you'll do it. And I can speak from experience because I was the biggest doubter in myself, and it showed in my business. So you have to make that sacrifice to say, you know what, where am I struggling? How can I be better at it? How are the people that are successful at this doing it? And that will start to go into your conversations. If you step back and you get an objection from someone, say to yourself, how would Lindsay Matway answer this? How would someone that has no reliance on this sale, that has, they don't need it, they don't need the challenge pack sale, they don't need to help another person, how would they answer it? Because often we get so flustered and we're not sure how to answer, and we get really scared, and so we just end up vomiting all this information out, when really if we just took a step back, took a minute, and thought, how can I answer this as the most confident person ever? You ever heard that saying, fake it till you make it? It's so true. Act as though you're a top coach already. People outside don't know. I mean, if you're posting positive, awesome things and you have team to back you up, you could have, I don't know, be making $5,000 a month. They don't know that, right? So find those people and follow those top 10 coaches from 2014. Go on their Facebook page and see what they're posting. See when they post it and why they post it and why it gets so much engagement. If you were to scroll back 3 or 4 years from now, I'm sure they were getting 11 likes just like we are every single day. But they showed up consistently every single day, and they did it with intention. So reproduce from others, but put your own spin on it. Don't just copy paste. You're sharing your story, and that's unique from every other coach out there. All right, this goes into number 6, social media. How are you painting your picture on your Facebook page? How are you sharing your story every single day? If there were a fourth vital behavior, as Anita told me, it would be social media. And she creates her success around this aspect because she uses social media in a specific way. Sometimes I see new coaches sharing these huge long paragraphs of information, or not putting an engaging image on an awesome post, or copying and pasting links from other things. You need to use your social media as a platform for your voice and your brand and who you're speaking to. So if you're posting time hop pictures or funny articles, or I don't know, like just silly stuff, it's not value to people. Yeah, maybe a good laugh here and there. And by no means am I saying don't share your life, because that's what it's about. It's about sharing you and your story. But you have to be intentional with what you're posting. And if you're spamming people with time hop pictures, is that really providing value as a coach? Is that providing motivation, a recipe, information that they can build off of, your tips and tricks for the day, or your big win for the day, or your struggle for the day? It's not necessarily relatable. And I hate to say that, because some people feel like, oh, they're going to be restricted now. And I'm definitely not telling you what to post. But your social media is so important. Like, go onto our team and look at the Diamond coaches and see where they're starting to really find their voice and their platform. Your effort in social media is going to show in your business, because it's gotten to a point for top coaches where they don't even need to go out and invite people in messages. Their social media posts are so well done that people can't wait to be a part of what they're doing. And so that's what you want to aim to do with your post. People are relating to you personally, and you want to paint a clear picture of what you're doing, how you're doing it, and why you're doing it. And the more that you can peel the layers away from yourself and share those struggles and how you're overcoming them, you'll be so much more relatable. So you want to definitely make sure any picture you post is clear. I don't want to see blurry pictures or something, I don't know, just not eye-catching. You have 5 seconds for people's attention to be caught. How are you going to bring bright light into someone's day? How are you going to make them smile or catch their attention? You got to make it engaging and personal. Some things that I like to use are PicMonkey or Rana Designs is another good one. There's so many apps out there, but you want to be engaging and intentional with your posts and pictures. You want to command and demand that attention. And I think that's important to self-evaluate every single day. Go back through your page and say, is what I'm posting providing value? Is it, what is working and what is not working? Why did this post get so much engagement? What was right with it? What's working well? A non-negotiable should be posting no matter what. And it has to be positive, and it has to not be a rant, not complaining. If you want to complain about something, go talk to your success partner or a family member or friend. Your social media is not the place to do that, because you are supposed to be turning Facebook into the most awesome thing that people want to go to your page every single day for. And remember that you are what you attract. So what you're putting out there is important, because that could be your future coach. So what do you want to see in your future coach, and how do you want them to act? That's how you should be portraying yourself. All right, next point. New coaches are afraid of what their family and friends are going to think. You know, you're embarking on this awesome journey, you have so many positive people around you, and all of a sudden, they're not a part of it. You need to sit them down and tell them that you're serious about this. Tell them that you are going all in and the reasons on why you're doing it, because it is life-changing. And it may take some time for them to see, but you're going to become a better person if you're doing all those vital behaviors, right? So if you can inspire them to do the same or see how it's changing, like it will slowly over time become apparent. But you have to act like the CEO of your own business and tell them how serious you are. Act like you just invested $100,000 into your business. How would you treat it? Would you post once a week and see what happens? Or would you go guns blazing, balls to the wall, all in every single day as the most positive person on your page, willing and openly sharing their heart, right? I mean, think about it. It's only $40 every 3 months to be an active coach and drinking your Shakeology. You have to make the decision on how you're going to treat it. And everybody is different, but I tell all my coaches, I'm going to match your effort. If you want to walk, I'm going to walk with you. If you want to sprint through the finish line, you better believe I'm going to be sprinting right next to you. So think about that and share that with your family and friends. What kind of energy are you portraying? You want to envision what this is going to look like and tell them to respect that dream that you have. So this goes back to number 9. All of your goals and dreams with this opportunity should be everywhere for you to see visually every single day. That means creating a vision board that's at your desk, putting the best quote you love on your background of your phone, making an awesome picture of your dream life on your desktop. You are going to burn out, right? I mean, it happens. The roller coaster of coaching comes into effect, and there's days we just don't feel like doing it. You have to have that thing, that life that you're working for, envisioned all around you so that it can check you back in and say, you know what, cut that out, focus it in, and let's go, because this is what I'm working for. You know, make a Pinterest board of your dream life. What would that look like for you? What if you didn't have any commitments or financial obligations? How would you want to live your life? Would you want to travel? Would you want to give freely to your family and friends? Would you, I mean, whatever it is, own your own cake shop? I don't know, like something silly, own your dream car. Put that visually around you and let it surround you every single day. Because when you look at it, it checks you back into what you're doing and why you're doing it. So you can be reminded of it. And don't compare your chapter 10 or someone else's chapter 10 to your chapter 1. It's easy to let other people bring you down and say, well, why can't I have this? Or why am I not here? No, put your blinders on and stay consistent. And the only difference between you and me is the amount of time that I've been doing it. It doesn't mean that I'm any better or you can't surpass me in rank, right? You can go after whatever you want, but you have to envision it and you have to commit to never give up. And that's why we say be here in a year. Because a year ago, if you would have told me that I'm making the paycheck I am now or living the life that I am, I would have said, heck no, you're crazy. So you always surpass your expectations and write it down and be the leader on your team and show them what it's about. So the last and most important thing, if you have not been to a live event for Beachbody, get the next one on your calendar. Super Saturdays, Summit for next year. Buy your ticket now and make it a non-negotiable. Success Club trip. Book the ticket. I mean, everything's a commitment, but it's also a choice. You can choose to go all in and just immerse yourself in everything that, all these resources that are out here free for you. Or you could just tip your toes in one by one and go slowly. And either one's okay, but the results are going to match the effort. And for me, going to a live event was beyond what I ever expected. It was the total game changer. You know, I can sit behind my computer and watch videos all day, but when you're actually talking to the person that you have been watching and has been inspiring you from afar, it is like no other feeling in the world. And it makes it so real that you can achieve anything you set your mind to. So get to a live event and drive the 10 hours. If it's, you know, Carl's coming to a state 10 hours away from you, go there. Like, book the ticket and do it. My coach and I went to Tampa in January, and I was only 4 months in, and it completely changed my business. It's how I went diamond. It's how I started really coaching, and I will never regret it. Like, it was the best investment I could have ever made. So I hope some of these tips will help you, and, you know, don't be afraid to dream big. All the resources are here for you. It's just a matter of what you do with them. So I hope you guys have a great day and get consistent, epically consistent, all right? Thank you guys.